Hey everybody, it's MiWilderness again. I just come out here to do a little fishing today. This used to be an old gravel pit. As a matter of fact, this swampy area was a railroad bed, if you can believe that. Now it's a big long swampy section. But it's a pretty cool spot. Find little grass pike in here and stuff. There's a couple bass right there. Don't know if they show up on the camera. But I'm making my way over to a old gravel pit pond. Oh, water feels nice too, man. Whew. It's hot today. We had a nice little cool down. Now it's heating back up again. It's supposed to have some rain coming in tonight, so I thought I'd get out and do some fishing, see if it gets the fish biting. It's getting towards the middle of August, kind of a bad time for fishing. I usually do most of my fishing in the spring and fall, but it's kind of neat. Different habitat, even though it's man-made. I'm gonna get on over to the lake, and if I catch any fish, I'll let you see them. Well, sure enough, first cast I catch fish. Small bass. Ooh, he's feisty. Get myself hooked here if I'm not careful. Plop. Anyway, little rebel crawdad. Boy, that lure's caught a lot of fish. Some big ones too. But mainly, I wanted to just give a quick intro to my book review videos. I sat around the house earlier and did some book reviews over the field guides and identification guides I use for gathering wild mushrooms and edible plants and such. And just wanted to give a brief intro to that, because I'm not usually sitting in the house and reading books, but I think it's important when it comes to harvesting wild edibles for the table that you do some research, and that's what the whole book review is about. Just me going over the different books I use and kind of the process I go through to determine if a plant is edible and how I go about becoming familiar with them and such. And I kind of give you the good and bad of the books I use as briefly as possible. It's I think it's going to be a total of about 40 to 50 minutes once I get done editing it. But you know, it's nothing spectacular or exciting like getting out and doing some fishing or whatever, but I think it is important, and hopefully you'll watch them and hopefully you'll take something away from that, get something good out of it. The only other thing I want to say about it is, even though I do use a lot of books and stuff for my identification, the number one thing to keep in mind is try and get in contact with some experienced foragers in your area. And like I've said before, that could be a forester at the Department of Natural Resources. It could be somebody that works at the botanical gardens in your area. A lot of the universities have botanical gardens around here, and you can get information from them. A lot of those folks harvest wild edibles, and they can give you some good local information. The books are good to find out about the plants and stuff, But it's always a good idea, especially with some plants and mushrooms, that you get help from somebody local, because every region of the world has its own little quirks. Some plants are a little different depending on whether you're in the south or the north or out west. So use the books, but also, you know, use your mouth. You know, talk to people online and talk to people that live in your community, and see what they say, see what kind of stuff they go out and hunt, and what kind of plants and mushrooms they eat, and you should be well on your way to getting some good eats. I'm gonna get back to fishing. I've seen quite a few little bass and sunfish, so hopefully I'll get something to take home. I'm more or less just catch and release fishing today, but we'll see. If I get anything good, I'll show you. Talk to you later. Well, that little bass is just about it. I caught one small warmouth bass, and that was it. I worked my way around this side of this pond here. I did find a whole bunch of smooth sumac and a whole bunch of common milkweed. A lot of the pods are still nice and small too on it, so I got another spot I can collect some sumac from and milkweed pods. That's about it. I'm gonna wrap it up, head on home. Didn't turn out to be a bad day at all. It's nice and breezy. They said it was gonna be hot and humid and miserable, but not too bad. Got a little bit of clouds overhead. Not bad at all. This is a nice little pond though. I would have never found this if it weren't for the topographical maps that I use. I fished on the other side of those hills and never even knew these ponds were here. There's like 7 different ponds back here, and they've got a lot of good fish in them, old gravel pit lakes. But check out my book review. Let me know what you think. I'll give you some good ideas on some books to get if you're interested in harvesting wild edibles. Talk to you later.